Did you ever actually meet Waldo? That you were supposedly Waldo's son?
Nope.
That's funny.
Everybody would ask me how he was and, everything. If that was it, you ask about me being, like known in Texas, and was that true about, people, that was why it didn't work.
Yeah.
I tell you, I think that the Waldo story would have been the part that would have buried, because I knew nothing about Waldo.
Yeah, and the other thing is, he only lived in Toronto. It's like, could you not fly him in for like one show or something to manage him, just to give some sort of credibility? Picture?
Yeah.
A photo shoot?
Yeah. I mean, even they'd ask Kevin and Carrie, and they would look at each other. They didn't know what to say, and I surely didn't know what to say.
I wonder if they even smartened Waldo up to it at that time, because those guys probably didn't even talk too much in those days.
It was the weirdest thing. I was like, I had no idea that there was even really a Waldo,
They kind of shot themselves in the foot, and you explain it perfectly. I heard you explain it in other interviews. If they had just not said anything, no one would have seen them as lying to the fans, but they kind of exposed themselves. Could you explain how they exposed themselves when you left?
Look, I was already in South Africa. I was gone. They knew I was gone. They could have just said, and I was never coming back, I mean, maybe on holiday, but never coming back to Texas.
Yeah.
And they could have just gone on television and said that they could have made up anything. Say, listen, he's just, he's decided to go in a different direction. He's not going to wrestle anymore. And that would have been it. And they would have never heard from me again.
It made them look like liars, and I just watched the thing today of Carrie giving the speech in the ring saying, "This is the worst thing I'm going to have to tell any of you. We lied."
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Because back in those days, kayfabe, I mean, people would, you wouldn't ride together. You wouldn't see, I mean, you'd leave in different cars, and it would. And so for them to do that, it really exposed the business.
They would have been better off saying you were dead and people thinking that you were a fake guy.
They could have said that. They could have said anything other than what they said.